Due to contractual obligations and to shield our airwaves corporate licensees from any semblance of liability, responsibility, and gullibility, we must tell you the views represented on this show are not necessarily those of this station or its management. This radio show contains differing points of view on current political topics, and due to the nature of its contents, it should be heard by everyone. Thank you for listening. Now live from the heart of liberal Wisconsin, where the political party is just beginning, welcome to the Devil's Advocate Show. Best friends proving it's never personal, only politics.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Now here are your hosts, Dom and Crute.
Welcome to the Devil's Advocates Radio Show. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day to you, my little buddy.
Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy birthday, my dear friend Crute.
Well, thank you. You were the first one outside the immediate family to wish me happy birthday today.
Wow, right on, man.
First one called me an old man today.
Yeah, how you feeling, old man?
Kind of like an old man. You know, I woke up this morning, and it was a little bit gray here in the Madison area, a little bit rainy, a little bit sad. You know, sad that it was raining. It should be a sunny day. It's Crudy's birthday. Anyways, Tom, I always try to slow down for just a minute, do a little self-reflection
Yes.
on my birthday each and every year because, you know, I've got big goals, Tom. I set goals for myself.
So you sit in front of the mirror in the morning? Hopefully you don't, like, go sideways. Just stay looking at the front.
Hey, you know what I've heard a lot of late?
What? Less
Dom, more Crudy on the live stream. So here's what I've done, just so people know. I've got a rival competing Facebook live stream.
What?
If you want to see the Crudy version of the live stream, and currently that's 0 of you people, but I'm encouraging you, turn off the Dom live stream and come over to the Talk 92.7 FM live stream. Now featuring Crudy.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Just open up another session in your browser and watch them both.
Watch them both, but preferably watch Crudy. Yeah. It is my birthday. I'm 49 today, Dom.
Smoking dope and drinking wine.
I am doing most of those things. Probably before the day is over. Dom, and I got to tell you, in my self-assessment, you know, I really should just look at the blessings of my life. I got a pretty wife, Liza, you know her. She's been with me, Dom, 17 years now.
Oh, my God.
Through thickness and in health.
Through thickness and thicker.
Well, my wife's a pretty little petite human being.
Yes,
I'm less
yes.
petite. But anyways, so thank you to my wife. She also wished me happy birthday. I got 2 good boys. My boys both working today, Dom. I love it. Well, one boy's working. The other boy rained out on his first day of teaching tennis. I didn't even know he played tennis.
Dad of the Year award.
Well, I don't think he's much of a tennis player. It's like the preschool age.
Oh, tennis is a blast, man. I missed out on tennis as a kid. It's like human-sized ping pong, man.
For real people, for fully formed people, Dom. Well,
there's a lot of moving in that sport.
Yes, there is.
I wouldn't know. I'm not a tennis player myself. I did audit the class. I took the class. I didn't think I'd be able to graduate college for lack of passing my tennis class.
What do you mean you audited the class? What does that mean exactly?
Well, actually, technically, I audited Charlie Gross, the basketball coach, had that basketball class, and I would go participate, but I wasn't actually enrolled in the class. But I'd go play basketball. That's when our good friend, now departed Bob, was in Charlie Gross's basketball class. So I audited a Phi Ed class without actually taking it. But, you know, you get to the end of your college career, Dom, and I had 118 credits, and I needed 118 and a half credits, and the one I lacked for, Phi Ed. And I'd actually, you know, audited a Phi Ed class, so I enrolled in a tennis class my very last semester. Coach Terry, and went for 3 classes and dropped out of tennis.
What?
I thought I wasn't going to be able to graduate. I had already crossed the stage and everything, and they mailed me my diploma, and I never went back for tennis class.
So, Crudy, you may have never actually graduated?
You're thinking of Joe.
Oh, all right. You got a diploma. You're good.
Hey, man, I'd go back. I'd take the Phi Ed credit. I think even at this advanced age, I could still get a Phi Ed credit if I needed one. But I would point out, I did take one excessive Phi Ed class. So technically, I did meet all the requirements of graduation. I'm not sure if Coach Terry just gave me a B or what happened.
Just let him go.
You know, I got an A in Coach Herring's weightlifting class. And literally, it was 2 days a week. Well, I was the editor of the university paper, if you'll recall, or at least the sports editor. So I'd be there on Tuesday, and I'd interview this coach with frequency. I'm the sports editor of the university paper. He's the head football coach, and I'm in his class. And the guy he's got taking attendance is Jason Gagnon, a All-American quarterback on the football team. And on Tuesdays when I'd go and I'd work out, Coach Herring, Roger, as I like to call him, Roger would follow me around the weight room and tell me about some new recruit. Told me, hey, I got this kid, Bill Schrader. Talked him over from the track team. Well, Bill Schrader went on not only to be a multi-time track All-American and to be on the U.S. Olympic team, but also went on to play for the Green Bay Packers, was an NFL star of sorts. Little alligator-armed, but a hell of a special teams player.
Oh,
did
he was
play
an
for
athlete,
the Packers
for
in
sure.
Detroit. Well, anyway, so Herring knew me, right? Knew when I was there on Tuesdays, knew that I skipped every Thursday. Every Thursday, because we'd go to publication at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd be up all night publishing the paper, and I wouldn't show up for weightlifting class at 8 o'clock on Thursday mornings. And Roger knew me personally, knew which guy I was, and Jason would always mark me there, no matter what.
Nice.
And I got an A in the class, but mostly because then, unlike now, I got myself in shape, dude. I got down to like 8% body fat.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Come on. 8%?
208 pounds.
Ooh. So was it like 50 pounds ago?
Almost. Something approaching that.
Damn.
I am under 250 this morning.
This
at
very
least when
moment.
I woke up.
Okay, but let's stay focused on the reflection, Crute.
And even Kelsey Kid called me and wished me well.
Nice.
Happy birthday from the coast. Kelsey Kid, my daughter, my beautiful daughter out in California. But Dom, I got to tell you, I wake up each and every day just a little unsatisfied. You know this about me. I mean, I usually wake up with a smile, but then something gets under my skin. Usually it's you. But ultimately, I wouldn't be the human being that I am if I didn't go out there and think that I could do it a little bit better than the next guy. Sort of that entrepreneurial spirit that you know I have, Dom. I'm something of a risk taker. And I got to tell you, this morning I opened up the Washington Post, or more accurately, read the online version, and I found this article. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to jump down to the body of the article. But this article made me a little more sad, Dom. You know, sort of a birthday thing. But this article made me look and see certain parallels in the life of Donald Trump and yours truly. Do you think of me as a Trump-like figure, Dom?
No.
I mean, Christian Schneider wrote that article the one time, called me more Trump than Trump.
No, absolutely not. I mean, your hands are about the same size, but he's way more rude than you are. I've shaken both of your hands. I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
Very adequate.
You know I'm already in a bad mood, sort of. You know, like I said, pretty wife, great kids. My birthday, feeling old. And then I read this, body of the piece at the Washington Post. A more prosaic explanation fits the available data in all its glorious eccentricity. Trump is acting like a real estate developer. So the whole first part of the article just talks about Donald Trump doesn't have a clear, foreign policy. He doesn't have like the Trump doctrine. So anyways, this particular author at the Washington Post says, Trump does have a way he operates. He's operating like a real estate developer. I read on. The first thing to understand about real estate is that there is no theory of real estate. Economists don't even have an accurate model of how to price land because the parcels are so small and so many variables, from traffic patterns to aesthetically challenged neighbors, can affect the value. Real estate investors must work each deal individually, and what worked with the last deal may fail with the next. The business doesn't favor the philosophers, mathematicians, and physicists, but sharp operators with political connections and an enormous tolerance for risk that can neither be perfectly hedged nor fully controlled. Because what you see on TV shows about house flippers is writ large the nature of the whole business. To compete in a highly capital-intensive industry, almost everyone takes on a lot of debt. Like most real estate people, Trump loves debt. There's nothing like doing things with other people's money, he told a rally in 2016, because it takes the risk. You got a good chunk of it, and it takes the risk. It being the lending bank. If things go wrong, of course, it also takes away your project, along with any assets you pledged as collateral. And developers have little control over many of the things that can go wrong. Costs can suddenly spike because newly affluent Chinese are buying up raw materials, or a projected price per square foot can sag because the economy turned down. With long production cycles and competition from a vast inventory of existing buildings, it's all too easy for even a well-planned project to lose money. And with all that debt, losses can quickly become catastrophic, even if you're not quite as reckless a borrower as Trump was in his salad days. That's why the real estate business rewards a certain willingness to put everything you have on a long shot. If you can't cheerfully take risks with horrific potential downsides, you need a different job. The best argument for this approach is that some problems can't be solved any other way. If developers demanded steady, predictable incomes like the rest of us, most of America would still be farmland. Well, that's from the body of the piece, Tom. I'm done reading. I'm almost out of breath. But here's what I would say. I got too many parallels with Donald Trump.
Come on.
I do. And let's take a break right now. I'll explain it to the people when we come back, Tom. But, I wake up this morning, and I'm reading an article in the Washington Post. I'm already self-reflective. I don't like to do that, except in the mirror. I'm super sexy there. But I'm self-reflecting this another year gone by in life. And have I achieved the goals I have set forth? And you know me, I'm never satisfied, Dom. I always get new goals on the horizon. It's always bigger, more, better. And I find myself being a little Donald Trump-like. Because if you want rewards, you've got to take risk. And I know a little something about taking risks, Dom.
Yes, you do.
If nothing else, your friendship should assure the audience that I am not risk-averse. Come back with us, Devil's Advocates. Always love hearing from you. Wish me happy birthday. Call us up. 844-967-2789. It's my party. I'll cry if I want to.
Happy birthday, baby, to me. Happy birthday.
We're going to be friends for a long, long period of time.
Go to hell, you old bastard.
Or blood pressure. But is it going to cost me $2,000?
No, at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes, we have bikes for just $690. Get outside this summer. Ride the trails. Get an e-bike. Go up hills without pedaling. E-bikes only $690 at Crazy Lenny's e-bikes, 6017 Odana Road.
You don't have to buy one. Just try one.
No, you don't have to buy one. Just try one.
We the people, the hardworking 99% of men and women, only have a voice when we join together as one and amplify our message. Now is the time for all Wisconsinites to join We the People and raise our voices. Do you feel like you are wasting your money funding unaccountable consultants, unresponsive candidates, and their campaigns? Help us do something that really matters. Please join We the People. Give what you can so we can support progressive radio stations like this one, using the public airwaves to educate Wisconsin about what we the people want for our state and remind Wisconsin's politicians that they work for us. Your donations to We the People at p4ppc.org, a registered, compliant IRS 501c3, will always be tax deductible, will always remain anonymous, and We the People pledge to spend 100% of donations educating Wisconsin on the issues our donors want discussed, giving individuals a voice in the collective message of We the People. Please give today at p4ppc.org. That's p4ppc.org. We the people need you.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Political Talk, News Talk, 1510 a.m. Start your weekday off with the Earl Ingram Show from 7 to 9 a.m. Next, it's The Forum with Sherwin Hughes from 9 to noon. Then from noon till 2, the Tom Hartman program. At 2 o'clock, it's the Brian Kelly Show. From 3 to 6, it's the Devil's Advocates. Then at 6 o'clock, it's Jocasta Zamaripa, Maggie Dawn, and Unheard Of with Brandy Grayson. Listen online at newstalk1510am.com.
I don't know if you know the Devil's Advocates, but they are kind of a big deal.
And we are back. Thank you for listening to the Devil's Advocates radio show, streaming on YouTube, streaming on Facebook at the Devil's Advocates radio page. Go check it out. You can see me. We are on Twitter at Devil Radio, and the phone lines. Talk or text. Toll free, 844-967-2789.
Dominic, you are holding down the left coast facility. You're in the broadcast bunker, Brady Street, stream going on over here at Talk 92.7 FM, because during the commercial breaks, Dom, I can talk to my audience. I can say hi, tell them stories out of turn about your college career, tell them about bad decisions from birthdays past. Dom, I told my audience briefly the story of a bad decision made in 1999 on our respective birthdays, Dom. Went down to the tattoo parlor on Willie Street and got our very first tattoos, both you and I. And I didn't put much thought into mine. I got like a sun smoking a Cohiba.
Off the wall, cartoony. Yeah,
a little bit. I just got back from
1999.
Mexico. It reminded me of Mexico. I thought, that's me smoking ganja in Mexico.
And what I was
I think they call it mota down there.
I was in Detroit at the time, so I came back and I got my Detroit D tattoo.
I thought you were back by then. I thought
99?
you were targeting
Maybe I just got
Wisconsin's
back.
doorstep by then.
Yeah, perhaps. Suave.
So, anyways, that was 1999.
99,
Dude,
Crute, you're due for another tattoo, man.
I need some more ink. I, unlike you, don't have visible tattoos. You look much better than I in the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness tattoos. And I know you live that. That's not just ink on your arm, my friend.
I do pursue happiness. I do.
Let me get back just for a moment. Now, I am very ecstatic, one might say, about the progress we've made here in Madison, Wisconsin. We are now on Talk 92.7 FM. And for the last 2.5 years, Madison has had zero progressive radio. And we're back, baby. We're back, and I'm very excited about that. And we finally have cleaned up our signal a little bit. I'm ecstatic about that. I'm over the moon about that. But that was like yesterday, 2 days ago.
Right. What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. I've moved beyond that. And, Dom, you know what I want next is a big old FM signal in Milwaukee. I want that. And I have not yet achieved that. And I thought by this stage of my life, by my 49th birthday, I thought my vision to develop out talk radio stations all across southern Wisconsin, I thought it would be fully realized by now. Mostly with other people's money.
OPM.
And that's not exactly as it worked out. And there have been plenty of unforeseens along the way, Dom. And I, of course, have pursued, perhaps my appetite bigger than my stomach or my checkbook at times. I've gone after what comes next. And we started with WRD 1510 AM. And we achieved that goal in February of 2017. And how long did it take me before I started looking for an FM license in Milwaukee? Like a week.
Right.
And I started pursuing it. And I had one. And I had my name on the license. And the guy took it away from me. And then I found another one. I found an alternative one. I made a deal with the guy. I thought we did very well to create a relationship so we could acquire the rights to 101.7 FM. And that was in January of last year, January of 2018. And then immediately thereafter, I went after WTTN, and we made an LMA with the guy who sold me 1510, Good Karma Brands. Craig Carmazon and his team have been really good to us. I could have made it from here to there had they not been willing dance partners at times. So I LMA'd WTTN. That was the first overextended beyond my initial overextension. And then, of course, I did so, Dom, because we knew we were pursuing an FM frequency here in Madison. And that opened up the window, the FCC window opened up effectively in March of 2018. And that's why, hence the timing and the contractual deal I made with Good Karma. So I could take control over that process because, I thought I knew just a little bit better and could do just a little bit better. And honestly, through effort and expert advice that came at high cost, we've done really well. I mean, relative to what was eligible for frequencies in Madison, we did really well with the 92.7 FM frequency. We found a good high tower location for it. We're on the air. Always wanted to be better, Dom, but we're on the air, and it sounds pretty damn good. And we got new sponsors. Can't wait to introduce all the new sponsors in the next week or 10 days as we produce their new ads, Dom. Between here and the time we leave for Miami on the presidential debates, we've got like 5 new sponsors to introduce out of Madison.
Nice.
So from that perspective, expectations met. We're well on our way. But I'm never satisfied. I'm never happy because here we are languishing as an AM radio station in Milwaukee. And for those that know us, we are super cool. You're listening right now.
Thank you.
But for those that do not know, there are more people that listen on the FM side of the dial. And I think the initial success we've had here in Madison, Talk 92.7 FM, I think in part that's because it's on the FM dial. So I've got this powerful little AM daytimer in Milwaukee, 23,000 watts. That ain't so bad, folks. We're like the 4th most powerful AM signal in the state of Wisconsin. But I can do better. I've got an FM, center of the dial frequency, clear channel 101.7. And it's got to get built, and it's got to get built now. It's got to be strong and powerful, and it takes more time than you would ever imagine. That last process took me 15 months.
Oof.
With proper funding, maybe a partner, Dom, I could build out the FM in Milwaukee under 90 days. Under 90 days. And here I am. I'm on my birthday, and nobody stuffed cash in an envelope so I can go build this thing out, at least not this month. So anyways, I haven't achieved all of my life's goals. And, of course, my life purpose, to turn the state of Wisconsin blue. Come back with us. We are the Devil's Advocates. 844-967-2789. It's my birthday. I'll filibuster if I want to.
Want to see the super sexiest political show on earth? Check out the Devil's Advocates on YouTube.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund. Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Once again, the American public has some reading to do. In a 29-page indictment today, Americans need to take a look at page 6, paragraph 20, and here come those important 8 words: to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election. That is it.
Jim, I'm going to make a confession on behalf of the panel. Dom's not going to read the indictments.
Come on, maybe.
The Devil's Advocates, political commentary from the back of the class.
You are listening to WRRD 1510 AM, Waukesha, Milwaukee. Always streaming at newstalk1510am.com.
You concerned about speaking up at work? Do you feel like you have no say in your day-to-day work routine? Join Teamsters Local 344. Call 414-258-4545. Get a seat at the table. Join your brothers and sisters in negotiating for better wages, hours, and working conditions, and be part of the most powerful union in North America. Teamsters Local 344 covers sales and service throughout Southeast Wisconsin and package and airlines statewide. Contact Teamsters Local 344 at 414-258-4545 or at local344.org.
Electric bikes are exciting. E-bikes improve your health. E-bikes give you fun things to do this summer besides going out to eat.
Lynn, I have gotten chubby.
Lose weight, lower blood pressure.
But is it going to cost me $2,000?
No, at Crazy Lenny's E-Bikes, we have bikes for just $690. Get outside this summer. Ride the trails. Get an e-bike. Go up hills without pedaling. E-bikes only $690 at Crazy Lenny's E-Bikes, 6017 Odana Road.
You don't have to buy one. Just try one.
No, you don't have to buy one. Just try one.
Hey, Milwaukee, do you have an office to clean out or close out? Don't call the junk man. Call my friends at Madison Liquidators. Sustainability is their business model. They'll pick up and recycle and refurbish your used furniture. They'll help keep your old office furniture out of the landfill. Find them online at MadisonLiquidators.com. Call Madison Liquidators, 608-831-1012. Madison Liquidators. Tell them the Devil's Advocate sent you.
5 your local single-source IT solutions provider. Specializing in cloud technology, consulting, servers, networks, and hosting. We manage your IT so you can focus on running your business. Enjoy technology. Enjoy 59s.com.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. That means it could be you, your best man, your worst man. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
For WRRD and WTTN, my name is Brian Kelly with your headlines. A Madison firefighter is the second fatality following the swim portion of the Wisconsin Triathlon. 38-year-old Todd Mahoney was unresponsive when he was pulled from Lake Monona. He remained in critical condition for 48 hours. Roughly an hour before Mahoney was pulled from the water, another man, 61-year-old Michael McCulloch of Cottage Grove, was found unresponsive in the water and pronounced dead at the hospital. Wisconsin is joining 8 other states in the District of Columbia in a lawsuit to prevent a merger between Sprint and T-Mobile. State Attorney General Josh Kaul released a statement saying maintaining strong competition helps keep prices low. Rain in the forecast today with highs in the mid-60s, overnight lows around 50. Thursday highs in the upper 60s with partly cloudy skies. Friday partly cloudy with a high around 77. You're listening to WRRD and WTTN, Wisconsin's political talk.
The big and tall of political talk. Dom and Crute are the Devil's Advocates.
Welcome back to the Devil's Advocates radio show. We'll talk about more than Crudy's birthday and expanding waistline at some point during the show. Just to finish this point, Dom. It took me 15 months to figure out how to self-fund and bring the Talk 92.7 FM station from initial contract to fruition, to on the air, right? We don't have another 15 months, not with the elective cycles. And if you're waiting for Crudy to sell off another company or another asset, I mean, the bank's already got my kidney. It's already pledged. So anyways, for those that have approached me, and I know you do so with best intentions, but people have come up to me and have looked me in the eye and said, so you built Madison, when are you going to build Milwaukee? How quick? Well, and I think to myself,
what you waiting for? Come on, man. Hurry up. Get it done. We got the DNC coming in like a year.
Well, and it will come up actually quicker than that, seemingly. A year to the DNC, but we've got spring primaries. We've got Supreme Court elections. We've got mayoral races in Milwaukee. Lots of reasons to have an FM station in Milwaukee. And, of course, you got to build it, and then you got to build it up. You got to let people know it exists. That takes a little bit of time.
Right.
So if it's not built this year, it's not really going to have the correct impact for next year. And, of course, yesterday we read, Talking Points memo, Josh Marshall. The whole United States, the whole election might come down to the state of Wisconsin. No pressure, Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler.
Come on, Ben.
And no pressure, Crudy, right? No pressure, Crudy. Just get it built. Just figure out a way to do it. And up until now, Dom, and you know, I mean, the guys that work with me and for me, they're the hardest freaking working guys. Nobody gets paid fairly relative to the efforts, the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in. Everybody, Crudy didn't build this alone. Don't mishear what I'm saying. But it is primarily my financing that has put these things on the board. And honestly, you know, the next one that asked me when I'm building an FM out of my own pocket, I want to smack upside the head because I'm thinking, where's your money? It's a simple real estate land deal, right? Donald Trump would get it.
Real estate development, taking risks.
You know, I already took all the risk. That's the great part. And here's what I would say, and these are meant to be encouraging words to those listening to me now. Here in Madison, and it's cheaper to run a second radio station. But the expense structure in Madison with the new sponsors that we will announce over the next week or 10 days have already put us into the black. We're not going to be losing money in Madison, certainly not in the month of July. That is a major accomplishment.
Nice.
6 weeks after effectively opening the doors of a new business. But let's be realistic, Dom. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars getting the restaurant open for opening day.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't mean we're all the way out of the woods yet because, of course, there was capital expenditure and all that kind of stuff. Risk has already been taken. Money has already changed hands, Dom. And, you know, there are days when I think this is really freaking hard. My life does not need to be this hard. I was doing pretty okay financially. You know, I could have
kind of sound like Trump now.
I could have retired at 45. I was doing so good.
I didn't need
You'd have
this
been so
job.
proud of me. No, I mean, I could have been didn't work nearly as hard, and I got paid a lot more money. And technically, I didn't even have to show up at the office to get paid. They just direct deposit it, whether or not I was there. I had found a sweet spot in life, and I went and blew it all down. I screwed it up, my class existence, and I went and I blew it. And I took this risk beyond my probable sane personal utilization of resources. Let's just put it that way. You know, you really shouldn't allow them to put a lien on your kidney. You might need that thing.
As long as it's not your liver, you'll be all right.
Well, I still got the liver. It's on its last legs, Dom. But anyways, thank you for all the supportive people that have helped us, have watched us grow. You know, we started by crawling, and then we got up and we stumbled along, and I think we're damn near hitting our stride. We are hitting critical years in some cases, Sass, right? Hey, who wants to be my partner?
Right.
No thanks, sorry. But once you get to a point where, A, you've already invested, you've built out the infrastructure, B, you've got proof of life, you've demonstrated the business plan, you've demonstrated, hey, I've achieved a point of critical mass. I've rented enough of the units. I've sold enough of the advertising inventory. Well, from here on, it's all just profit. Or I'd like to think we'll be there by the month of July. Perhaps not just in Madison, Dom, but God willing, in both media markets. And if I can get to that point, I'm not saying the bank's going to say, come borrow more money, Crute, but I can tell you it certainly will give me more opportunities to potentially expand this little operation from 3 signals to 4 signals, because that's what this state desperately needs. It needs an FM in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to denigrate what we've got. The 1510 a.m. signal in the summer, it's freaking great. In the winter, when the days are much shorter, we are a diminished product. And that's where the righties freaking kill us, man. They kill us. They can undermine us. They can undermine our sponsors. We got to be a 24/7 operation on the FM dial. Nice, clear signal. And we will never look back. We will whoop Righty Whitey Talk Radio's ass. And I'm telling you, I got a real estate deal with lots and lots of equity, but I'm feeling a little cash poor because I have improved the properties to the point where I've extended myself all of the dollars I'm going to put on the table for right now. And I told myself, once we got to the point of critical mass, once we got to the point where I could show my spreadsheets, my financials to someone else and say, look, I figured out proof of life. It can be done profitably. You got to keep the expenses down, but it can be done profitably. And I think, folks, those that would encourage us in our endeavors, I think we're damn near there. And if we can get all the way there and, you know, encourage anyone you know, if you would like to advertise fairly cost effectively, call us right here at, you know, the radio station. But I think we are almost there. And I would like to think with a little bit of luck and perhaps a small partner in Milwaukee, man, I could have this thing up and running by fall.
Oh, don't tease, man. Don't tease.
I'm not trying to tease. I'm just, I give this audience too much information at times because, you know, literally, if I fail, dude, you know, everybody's going to know I failed. And you know that. There is no walking away from this job. If I could walk away readily over the last 2+ years, there have been some tough days when I might have considered the fact that I used to be a 6-figure earner in other industries. I got paid really well, as have you. And, you know, what we do, super coolest radio show ever, no doubt. But what we do, we're not compensated in the same way we were. And in fact, I'm taking a tremendous financial risk. And my poor wife is trying to show me all the trust she can as I endeavor to do this, not for financial gain, although, yes, I would not like to be broke the rest of my life, but truly for political outcome, for the passion I feel for the truth. The truth must be told. And if nothing else, I feel great about the fact we tell the freaking truth every day. You cannot stop the truth. And once upon a time, when we did this little radio endeavor for somebody else, we had one hell of a sword. We could poke that hornet's nest each and every day. Poke, poke, poke. Right up until the point where they turned the radio station off. Right?
Damn it.
Wisconsin, we are so close to something durable and sustainable forever. You can't turn it off as long as I'm not losing money. So have a little faith in me. Buy me a beer. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And if you got a little bit of risk tolerance, let me know, because I just need a small equity partner in what is otherwise a fairly safe real estate deal. I mean, that's all these things are. I bought a business with real estate attached. It has inherent value. I've improved the asset. And I acquired a whole nother business for no additional cost. I think as a real estate / radio station developer, at least as far as acquisitions go, I'm a hell of a lot better than Donald Trump.
Oh, I was going to say, man, Trump might even be up on that deal.
But I got to tell you, from an outsider's position, from, let's say, a spouse's position, watching the risk that must be taken to make these things happen, Dom, thank God my wife is a saint. Let's just put it that way.
We knew that when she married you.
So thank you for letting me indulge my little birthday thoughts on where I am at. I am 3/4 of the way to where I should be on this, my 49th birthday. Yes, I've got a great family. Yes, I love my kids. Yes, I love my audience. And yes, I desperately would like to build out an FM in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But don't make me do it all on my own, people. It would take me another year or more, and then we're going to miss the window of importance. Call me, 844-967-2789. Let's get to the phones. Hey, Brock, you're not secretly rich and want to loan me some money to build another radio station, are you?
Well, I hope so. I run a small sole proprietorship business right now, and if I can figure out a way to make our service half of these people I have calling me, I might be in on that. But I'm probably a little bit of ways out from that point right at this thing. But I really am impressed with your product. And I think if the Democrats in this state learn to utilize it, we could get back to some cakewalk victories instead of this, we should have did this, and we could have did that, and we, shoulda, coulda, and woulda. I'm just about so sick of hearing that. It makes me want to puke. Anyhow, I wanted to let you know I made some progress contacting my local representatives, and I even got to talk to one of my state representatives, at least somebody at the office today. I got a call back from No Energy Glenn Grossman's office also, and a letter in the mail.
Ooh. What's the letter say?
So I'm
it wasn't COD, blah, blah, blah. Was it?
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm working for your best interest, blah, and blah, and we appreciate your input, blah, blah, No Energy Glenn Grossman. But I think I can see the crack in the glass house beginning to form. It's pretty good. I had to start to throw the pebbles left-handed, but it seems to be making a little bit of a difference, and I'm imploring the rest of the people that are listening that if you don't know how to contribute or if you don't have money to contribute to a campaign, call your state representative. Call the people in Washington. I know it's going to seem like we're running our heads against the wall over and over and over and over again, but today I was able to contact 3 people. So in the 5 years that I've been doing this, that's the first day where I've gotten a hold of both U.S. senators and both my state representatives, at least their respective offices, and talked to what I assume is a live, air-breathing, carbon-based life form.
Don't hold out for carbon-based.
Well, yes, go ahead.
Well, Brock, I've got a small birthday ask of you, my friend. You're up there in Horicon, 1580, probably 1510 signal. Maybe can even hear both. Go tell like 3 of your friends. If you can call.
And I have been.
Have you, buddy?
Now,
see, that gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling, Brock.
I was listening to you on the app on Green Lake, so I can get you way up there because, as you know, amplitude modulation is not quite as strong as a signal, but it seems to bounce along the earth a lot better than frequency modulation, where you run into a hill, it's got to go around, all this other crap. So, anyways, I can get you way up in Green Lake. So I've had people standing on shore say, "Hey, who in the heck you listening to?" And I've gladly told them and made sure. I said, they even have an app if you can't get the radio signal. So I've been telling everybody that'll give me 5 seconds to hear about it, because I'm hoping we can run some of these right-wing kooks out of the state. I don't know what policies they have. I don't know how they ever got voted in. I can't find a single policy that ever has benefited anybody I personally know. And unless you count Social Security from however long ago that was, and that's a federal program, I can't find a vote that was for the common people that the Republicans have ever cast.
Brock, appreciate all the kind words, and thanks for spreading the good word. I'd like to think 1580, it's all around you. You know, these nose in the sky liberals want an FM signal. AM's pretty damn good. There are 81 primarily AM righty-whitey talk radio stations all around the state of Wisconsin, more or less profitable. Somebody's supporting them. Somebody wants conservative messaging out there in the state of Wisconsin. Brock, thanks for all the kind words. Thanks for listening, man. Need more guys like Brock out there calling their state lawmakers each and every day. And just tell them about the devil's advocates. We'll always tell them the truth. Come back with us. More of you on the phones, 844-967-2789.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
I loved my previous life. I had so many things going.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly?
Well, who says life is fair? Where is that written?
Hey, Milwaukee, do you have an office to clean out or close out? Don't call the junk man. Call my friends at Madison Liquidators. Sustainability is their business model. They'll pick up and recycle and refurbish your used furniture. They'll help keep your old office furniture out of the landfill. Find them online at MadisonLiquidators.com. Call Madison Liquidators, 608-831-1012. Madison Liquidators. Tell them the Devil's Advocate sent you.
We the people, the hardworking 99% of men and women, only have a voice when we join together as one and amplify our message. Now is the time for all Wisconsinites to join We the People and raise our voices. Do you feel like you are wasting your money funding unaccountable consultants, unresponsive candidates, and their campaigns? Help us do something that really matters. Please join We the People. Give what you can so we can support progressive radio stations like this one, using the public airwaves to educate Wisconsin about what we the people want for our state and remind Wisconsin's politicians that they work for us. Your donations to We the People at p4ppc.org, a registered, compliant IRS 501c3, will always be tax deductible, will always remain anonymous, and We the People pledge to spend 100% of donations educating Wisconsin on the issues our donors want discussed, giving individuals a voice in the collective message of We the People. Please give today at p4ppc.org. That's p4ppc.org. We the people need you. Have a drink at Regano's Roman Coin. This neighborhood corner tavern is as classic as the street it occupies. Family owned and operated since 1966, Regano's Roman Coin is located in a former Pabst Tide House on historic Brady Street, serving an array of craft beers with a focus on Wisconsin breweries. Also, weekly drink specials, trivia on Wednesdays, seasonal sporting events, parties hosted for all occasions, and pet friendly. Open 11 a.m. Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, closed on Monday. Regano's Roman Coin, Milwaukee's pet friendly, cash only order and classic corner tavern.
Bring it? Oh, it's already been brought in. Tom and Crute are the Devil's Advocates.
And we are back. Thank you for listening to the Devil's Advocates radio show, streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Devil Radio, and the phones or text at 844-967-2789.
Dominic, I know there were a few political topics we wanted to broach today. Where do you want to start? I know what I've got in mind, but where do you want to start? I've kind of monopolized this first hour.
Crute, there's a little bit of breaking news I think we need to get out there. The Washington Post has the headline, former Trump aide Hope Hicks agrees to give closed-door testimony to House panel. And also Political is reporting that the House Oversight and Reform Committee voted to hold Attorney General William Barr and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross in contempt of Congress for defying the panel's subpoenas for information about the decision to add the citizenship question to the 2020 census. This came just hours after Trump asserted executive privilege to block lawmakers' access to the subpoena documents. So some movement in the Trump circle. We have some sound of Trump today as well.
Well, we'll get to Trump perhaps in the next hour because I ain't eating any broccoli on my birthday if I don't want to.
Oh, you have to. You will.
Dominic talked about the Talking Points memo, the Josh Marshall piece yesterday. Shared some of it on the air. And effectively, the Josh Marshall piece said, have you looked at the polling? Maybe Trump's just going to get crushed at the ballot box. Well, overnight, more polling out. Jonathan Easley reports at thehill.com. Former Vice President Joe Biden leads President Trump by 13 points nationally, according to the latest Quinnipiac University survey. In a national head-to-head matchup, the poll found Biden 53% to 40% for Trump, with the poll's assistant director describing it as a landslide margin.
Oof.
Dominic, 5 other Democratic contenders also lead the president. Senator Bernie Sanders, my guy, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, hold healthy leads over Trump, with Sanders up by 9, Harris ahead by 8, and Warren leading by 7. South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg and Senator Cory Booker lead Trump by 5 points, with each posting a 47-42 split. It's a long 17 months to Election Day, but Joe Biden is ahead by landslide proportions, said Tim Malloy with Quinnipiac University polling, Dom. And real quick, a little bit more about the polling. Biden's double-digit lead over Trump is largely driven by the gender gap. The former vice president edges Trump 47 to 46% among men. So Biden's even winning amongst men modestly.
Barely, probably within the margin of error.
But among women, Biden leads 60 to 34.
Ouch.
Similarly, white voters are split evenly between the two, Trump at 47, Biden at 46. But Biden leads 85 to 12 with black voters and 58 to 33 amongst Hispanics. Both candidates surpassed 90% support within their own parties, but independents break for Biden by a 58 to 28 margin. Trump's down 30 to independents in head-to-head polling, Dom.
Crute, the Quinnipiac survey has some good news for Trump, finding that his job approval is on the rise. Here's the quote. The Trump bump to 42% job approval is nothing to sniff at. It's only 1 point shy of the best Quinnipiac University survey number ever for President Trump. Trump's job approval is boosted by voter optimism about the economy. 70% of Americans describe the economy as excellent or good. 77% said their own personal financial situation is excellent or good, which is close to the all-time high of 78% recorded in April of 2018. Still, only 41% of voters said Trump deserves credit for the economy. A very sturdy economy and folks with money in the bank, that's the magic combo the White House hopes to ride to re-election, and those numbers remain solid, Malloy said, but Trump does not get that much credit. The Quinnipiac survey of the Democratic primary fields finds Biden's support dipping slightly from 35% in May to 30% presently. Biden did reach as high as 38% support in the poll shortly after launching his bid in late March, but Biden still has a double-digit lead over Sanders at 19%. Warren comes in at 15, up 2 points from May. Buttigieg is at 8, up 3 from last month, followed by Harris at 7.
Now, Dominic, you know that Bernie Sanders' team was pushing back on some of the early polling. Sound a little Trumpian in their own regard in that way. Fake polls. But what they're effectively saying, the campaign director, Faz Shakur, right? We've had him on the show.
From the ACLU, formerly, yep.
Well, he says effectively Bernie's numbers are being undertabulated because there's too much reliance on landline polling, and we know it's only old people like me that even have a landline. And
you
I don't
still-
even have a landline.
Do you have a landline? You do not have a landline.
At work. Only at
okay.
respective places of work. But no landlines.
No landline at the house.
Technically, I think there's one through the cable system. Every so often I'll be watching my favorite sport or whatever, and there will be a phone number, and I don't even have a phone.
I was
going to
say,
I'm thinking,
it pops up
I
on
didn't
your
give
screen.
out that number.
It pops up on your television screen,
Yeah,
and you
sometimes.
don't even have a telephone in the house to answer it with.
Well, I have a phone. It's part of the whole cable internet package. They jam you with the phone. I guess just so they can sell your number to telemarketers. Don.
Well, thank you for paying us so we can get paid selling your information.
844-967-2789. All you telemarketers, call here. We'll put you on the air again.
If you got something to say, we don't screen them.
Well, Dick, can you hold through the break? Dick, you're going to have to hold through the break, man, because we don't have adequate time to allow you to expound upon any point. Hell, a minute. Dobbs barely had a minute to talk in this hour.
Crute, you're so excited on your birthday. I don't want to interrupt, man. It's been a rough couple of days. I think for your birthday, we'll just get along today, probably.
Luke, my colleague here in Madison, brought me donuts this morning. I'm like, that's going to help. It did taste good, but,
How many did you have?
Just one.
Oh, just one so far?
I did have a nutty bar. A pre-show warm-up time. Needed a little more, had to up my blood sugar. Come back with us. Hour 2 is next.
I'm unhappy because I eat.
If you missed something on the Devil's Advocates, don't worry. After you get over your shame, you can check out domandcrute.com. Podcasts and interviews updated daily.
I hope. You know what that means, right?
Rebellions are built on hope.
You concerned about speaking up at work? Do you feel like you have no say in your day-to-day work routine? Join Teamsters Local 344. Call 414-258-4545. Get a seat at the table. Join your brothers and sisters in negotiating for better wages, hours, and working conditions, and be part of the most powerful union in North America. Teamsters Local 344 covers sales and service throughout Southeast Wisconsin and package and airlines statewide. Contact Teamsters Local 344 at 414-258-4545.